What's good, y'all? It's the curse. Well, I always do that because I'll always be the cursed prophet. But what's good, y'all? It is King of the Root back with another video. Um, I have not been up to date with the news and like what's really been going on. Um, this is why I love YouTube. I don't care what you guys say about YouTube. Depending on because everybody's YouTube is catered to them, and what you like, what you dislike, the algorithms and all that. So when you get on there, you know it's gonna show you all the new if you got certain subscriptions, it's going to show you what you subscribe to and what the posters, the people you subscribe to have posted, and so on and so forth. A plethora of different things. But I finally came across the story, and I probably wouldn't have came across it unless they did not put this name along with it. So we all have been hearing about, and I always do this. Like I don't hear and I don't go fact check the name real fast. I believe it's Shanquella Robinson. Even if we don't know the last name, we know it's Shanquella, and if we don't even know the fucking first name, I know that you guys know the story that everybody is talking about, getting justice for this girl who was out in Mexico, I believe, for I think Halloween weekend or for like the holiday of Halloween, sometime in those days, like the 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, so on and so forth, maybe less, maybe more. And I guess she went out there with some so-called friends, and there's this video that's going around where I guess one of her friends beat the shit out of her, and I guess they all brought their nappy-headed little asses back onto the U.S. I believe they're from North Carolina. Correct me if I'm wrong. I guess told the mom, or I guess there was a dude, and if you have seen the video, I believe this is the dude who was recording the fight video. I'm not sure, like I said, I have not watched a lot of my other people who post stuff and really break down stuff. I haven't really looked too much into it. Just when I saw the name Kanika Jenkins, I was like, ooh, I was like, why do you guys think there's a connection to this? So I had to figure out what was going on with it. Because we recently just had a shooting about 30 minutes up the road from me at one of our very prestige colleges. You probably heard of it, UVA, the University of Virginia. We also have JMU here, which is about 45 in the city I'm living now, and it would be about 25 if it was in my hometown that I grew up in. I'm telling all my business now. You know where I'm at. But I'm in VA, Southern, like a motherfucker, Eastern, Southern, whatever. But let me check this time. Oop, and we're on 3%, so I'm going to hook you up. Okay, so I might have to come back in and redo this live. Okay, so I saw the Shanquella Robinson shit, and I wanted to know what the connection is, like I said, to Kanika Jenkins. So I had read the story, and like I said, apparently she went out to Mexico, I believe New Mexico or Mexico, who gives a fuck, Mexico out of the country, to some kind of Spanish Caribbean country somewhere. And she went with her nappy-headed friends. And in this video that's flying around, there's this girl, I guess, who was supposedly her friend, who's beating the shit out of her in the video. So they come back home. They tell the mother, I guess she's probably looking for her daughter, because they're nappy-headed asses. I mean, if you're going to commit a murder or you're going to accidentally commit a murder, I mean, at least know what the fuck you're doing. Make it look right and make it sound right. So they get back and they tell the mother, she died of alcohol poisoning. So the mother's like, when she talked to all the friends had different stories. So she already knew it was on bullshit. Where's my daughter? What the fuck is going on? So the initial autopsy, I guess I don't know if they told anybody in Mexico or reported the death, or everybody just concluded like this is what it looks like. I guess at first, I believe the initial autopsy said alcohol poisoning or something of that sort, or alcohol intoxication. Um, as they're doing the autopsy, they're seeing this bitch got broken bones. I think her neck was broken, allegedly. Probably got bruising on the head. If you see the video, the girl was wearing her ass out. And if you ever been in a fight, if you're not really a fighter and somebody has dogged you, you know how that goes. You will have lumps in places you ain't never had them before. Even if you can fight. I mean, I've been in some fights and I'm like, I don't even remember a bitch hitting me in my fucking this part of my head. You be having lumps and scrapes, and bitch, you'll get up with a whole broken toe. Like, bitch, when did I break my toe in this fight? I didn't even feel it. Like, that's how it really be when you get the scrapping. But this girl wouldn't fight, and it's going on when you got to handle your business. You might pop a bitch one or two times, and once you figure out a bitch is scary, you be like, you a scary ass bitch. You done big body there, and you keep it moving. But this bitch just kept beating up on her, and like one of the YouTubers was saying, who's to say this girl wouldn't drug while she was fighting on her or beating her up Shanquella, and that's why she wasn't fighting back. Unless you've ever been drugged or intoxicated to a certain point. And what's so funny is that and I know all you guys are gonna be able to relate. I'm gonna try to go to the charger, but it's got a short in it, so it's probably gonna cut off. I hope it keeps recording. Nigga shit, y'all. Nigga shit. And of course, my roommates have every charger over here, but the one I need. it's not charging. Hey Jr. Stay here. You might have to come back. I've got a short in my charger, so I'm trying to charge now. I'm on 3%, but I really want to come in. We're talking about Shanquella, the girl who was in New Mexico or whatever. He didn't left already. I wouldn't finish, bro. Well, I think it's a bro. Anywho, um, okay, it's charging. Um, if JR is still here, I was telling you, my phone's got a short in it, or the charger does. So I have to like sit it certain ways to charge it, and it didn't die so quick. But I want to talk about. Oh, you did a reading. Oh, so you do readings. So we have to talk. Like, don't ever feel hesitant to come and talk to me if you're a reader too. I've made a really good friend who's another reader. In a chat room of another reader. Um, you might know her. I think her name is High Priestess Ra. I said Amen. But her son was doing a live, and then they were letting people come into the room, and me and this other guy got in there, and now we're like really close, like we're like family. But I didn't know you did readings too. I would like to know what your outlook is. But let's get back to it. So I was kind of telling the story, walking you guys through what people are saying allegedly. Her being in Mexico with her bastard ass friends, her heifer friends, whatever. They beat her up. She gets back, or they get back. And like I said, I don't know how it really went down. I haven't did too much research. Like I said, I wouldn't have looked it up unless they said there was a connection to Kanika Jenkins, because I know a lot of you guys, every so often Kanika Jenkins pops up in my mind. Like I've heard some of my favorite readers, so I know a very accurate read on her and kind of put some things to rest. And it still is not making me sleep at night with Kanika Jenkins. I'm just like, sometimes the truth is too good, or it's just too subtle, and you're like, really, like. Because there's a possibility she really did, but in the back of our minds, we're like, Kanika Jenkins ain't walking to that freezer, bruh. Like, but maybe they did. Maybe they did some old industry shit, and the elites did witchcraft on us, and they used the media and the press and the friends, and they hoodwinked the fuck out of us, and it really did happen like that, and they wanted us to keep researching for the Kanika Jenkins. But let's get back to Shanquella. So, is this a ritual with her? Because I had to think, like I said, I haven't been looking at the news and what's really going on. What I can think of right now that's going on in the news, in the media, as far as celebrities, news, whatever. The last thing I remember is Nancy Pelosi's husband, the shit with Kanye West, some shit with baddies, but that's not on the like A-list level. I'm trying to think of what I could think of that's going on, the Kyrie Irving shit that they were possibly trying to distract us from. Because you kind of look at the names, they kind of ring the same bell. Like, is it Shanquella Robinson, Jr.? Is that the last name? I can't remember. I didn't fact check before I got on here. Is it Shanquella Robinson? I know the first name is right. Is it Robinson the last name? Because it's listed like Kanika Jenkins, Shanquella Robinson. Like, the names do ring a bell, and I feel like if we go on the gematria calculator, I bet you the numbers come out the same. I'll bet you, and if they don't, I bet you there's still a connection when you break them fucking numbers down, bruh. See, that's what I thought. Don't they kind of ring a bell? And you know what? This is how we'll know. This, you know what? For all of us who are wondering, like I said, and I'm wondering if they hoodwinked us with Kanika Jenkins, and we're making us research this, and making us go further down the rabbit hole when there really was nothing to it. This is how we'll know if this story is on bullshit. If nothing happens to any of these people, just like in the Kanika Jenkins situation, then we'll know they hoodwinked us again. That's how we'll know. So that's going to be our marker, you guys, for people who come to my page. That's how we'll know for sure. Okay. But it's on bullshit. I haven't done a reading yet. It makes me really want to cry, because I just could not imagine going somewhere and thinking that you're cool, and I'm already in a foreign city or a foreign country. Wait, is Mexico? Ain't Mexico part of the U.S.? I don't be knowing. I think it's a part of our states now. Who knows? Anyway, I can imagine going still somewhere where they speak a foreign language, somewhere that is not familiar to me, and then maybe having a good time, throwing a couple blunts back. Maybe if you fuck with perks, whatever. We're gonna keep it real on this page. Perks, whatever the fuck you do. Maybe you hitting the pipe, whatever. I don't do none of that, but that's your business. You with your friends, your family, you're kicking it, and then bitches all of a sudden hit the switch, and now you find out as you're putting stuff together. Because sometimes you be in so much shock, you don't even realize what's going on. And some bitches are just slow, period. And then once you find out what's going on, you're like, oh shit, I've been set up. Not only am I in a different country and I can't get back, it probably done stole my passports and shit. I'm pretty sure I done had 6 shots, and that last one ain't sit right. So now I'm feeling like I'm drugged. Now this bitch is pounding me on the back of my head. Like, and I believe they said the bitch has set up a GoFundMe page because I believe they said she fled North Carolina, the girl who was in the video fighting. And she was somebody had showed me a post and she was like, man, shit happens, and she sounded kind of remorseful. Yeah, because you see her in the video, and like I said, I know people who don't fight back. Like, you could be cracking you could be fucking a kid up, and they just don't fight. Maybe they're timid. Maybe they were abused growing up. Whatever. Some people don't have it in them. Me as an Aries, which is really weird as an Aries, but it took me a while too to find my inner power, and I think it's because my mother was very domineering growing up, so she had me in check. So once I got to my teenage years, me and her started having a whole lot of headbutting and problems because like I came into my full Aries self, which is very hard headed, very arrogant, very independent, very warrior like, and my mom's a Leo. So two fire signs in the house. When we're good, we're good. We're like best friends. When we're bumping heads, we're bumping heads. But what do you know? So you already know where I'm coming from. Like, shit can be cool, calm, and collected, but we'll take it to a whole nother level. Like, I love when these other signs be like, I'm a warrior and I'm down, and I go to war with you. I'm like, bitch, y'all don't know shit about war. The ones who know about war are really the Aries. We know how to play chess in a whole different way that you don't know, because it's in our DNA, it's in our sun sign, it's in our energies. And people don't realize that when you come through certain signs, you come through them for a certain reason. Like if you come through a Cancer, if you come through as a Cancer sun sign, which is a very crybaby ass sign, but Cancer is, it's very interesting energy. But if you come through that sign, maybe you're coming here because they're very family oriented. Maybe you're coming here to experience stuff, or to tap into your emotions. Maybe you lived as an Aries or a different sign who doesn't really tap into their emotions, honestly. So this lifetime, God said, I want you to come back as a Cancer, and I really want you to feel everything, and be connected to the moon. And then in this lifetime, us as Aries, he's like, because people don't understand, really, we're supposed to be whooping people's asses as Aries. Like, we're supposed to deal with people with conflict. That's a part of our karma that's attached to the sign. But that's a whole nother story. Let's get back to Shanquella. Um, I don't know what to feel. I want to look more into it. Like I said, it breaks my heart. Getting back to what I was saying, like, could you just imagine being like kind of hoodwinked, or you're somewhere thinking everybody's your friend, and then for somebody, like, what happened to the moral code, or just we have no principles as black people anymore. Like, it's one thing when a bitch is fucking somebody up and you like, yeah, whip her ass, but it's another thing when things go too far, and then you step in. You're like, all right, now, like, you done fucked her up, the bitch is bleeding, like, you might fuck around and kill her. Like, all right, now, like, you got your hits in, let's break it up. Even if you don't fuck with the bitch. I done did it many of time. Many of times. Seen bitches I don't fuck with. Getting beat by dudes, or homegirls that I'm friends with. And I'm like, all right, girl, like, all right, sis, you didn't beat her the fuck up. She's obviously not fighting back. We don't want you to kill the girl or something really bad to happen, because I know how shit go. That's how my brother ended up in jail. My brother ended up in jail because him and two other friends got to fighting a dude, and the boy ended up dying. And they all went to jail for capital murder. And that's not what they intended on doing. They didn't even intend on that night going out to fight. But that's how quick shit can turn. And I'm sure that girl didn't intend on killing Shanquella. But it don't fucking matter. Don't come back to the States and give her mom bullshit. And then, like I said, didn't even have the decency to bring the fucking body back. Like I said, if you're going to be a fucking murderer, or accidental murderer allegedly, then at least get your shit together. I would have came back with the body. I would have made sure I would have pushed them bones back into place. Whatever the fuck they were saying was not looking aligned when they did the autopsy. Like something, like, you got to do better. It's 2022. Like, how many people have we seen gone to jail? How many shows do we have? Like, that's the one thing, my biggest pet peeve. I can't stand a liar, and I can't stand a bad liar or a bad cheater. Like those cheaters who don't have a lock on their phone. It's like you wanted to get caught, and then you're not even good at it. Like, you cheating, but you're not good at it. It's sad though. But like I said, I don't want us to feed too much energy, because we just had takeoff, and now we got this black girl. So they're getting ready to draw us in again. I don't know what to feel about it, but sadness, and to feel for another mother. Even though I'm not a female, but to feel for somebody's mother, and just feel how my mother would feel if I went to another country, and not only am I dead, but I don't even know what the fuck really happened. And then when they're drawing the fucking sheet back of the body, I got all sorts of bruises and shit, and my fucking bones are all contorted and shit. Like, for those of you who've never seen a body that dies like directly after it's been beaten, it looks crazy, bruh. It looks so much different than like when you still have life and you're healing from like being beaten up or something. It looks so different. And I know this because my grandfather, I'm used to work in the morgue, and you see those bodies. I've seen a whole lot of domestic violence victims, and then women would look crazy after the blood is drained out of them, and the body, the way it would twist up and contort, and you could see the bones. I can only imagine what her mom's feeling, and then she's got to go deal with these Mexicans or Puerto Ricans and Native Americans or whatever the fuck you want to call them in Mexico, and they don't speak fucking English, who are probably giving her the fucking runaround, and she's probably got to run to the U.S. embassy. But hold on, I know you guys saw though. I believe it was a press conference with the mama and the daddy, and they had on red and blue, and they were on the checkerboard floor. That's why I said, is it on bullshit though? Because they were saying with Kanika Jenkins' mom too that her mom was an Eastern Star and she may have sacrificed her. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I was just going so hard, but I was like, hold on, let me bring it back in because I do remember seeing that. So is it on bullshit? That's why I said I don't want any of my fans to waste their energy. Go ahead and do your little reading. But if you feel like it's foul, please bring it back to me too if I'm missing something. Because for all we know, she don't even exist. That's just how funny the elites are getting now. Have us picking up on energies that they then falsely created. They out here creating poltergeists and shit. Gnomes. And that's real shit. My tata, my godfather, his best friend, who has godchildren too. He's got his own setup when it comes to magic and the type of magic he does. They create all sorts of gnomes and they put spirits together and create hybrids and shit. It's interesting, but that's what I'm saying when I say like the government got us picking up on like gnomes and shit and fake energies and poltergeists. They didn't create it. Yeah, see, either they got her on Klonopin and Xanax because she's so distraught, or she's on bullshit. And I'm gonna guess the latter. Okay, okay. See, I do too, and that's how I felt with Kanika Jenkins. Even with all the bullshit with the Jr., I still felt like it was still real. Cause my stepdad, he really big into conspiracy theories, and I still have not told my full story on how I got into the witchcraft, even though it's bloodline, but how I came into my power and really accepted it. But I started out as one of those people like the Illuminati, like 10 years ago. And it's so funny how like I was like, oh, I went on Jesus and I'm scared of I can't listen to Rihanna, they're demonic and they're putting spells on us to now I'm practicing some of the stuff that they quote unquote say they're practicing, even though our stuff is way different and their shit is watered down because their shit is a mix of like the cabal and human sacrificing and it's just nasty. It's demonic in a different way. Okay, because my shit demonic too, but their shit is demonic in a different way, and we're gonna say it just like that with the hand every single time, another way. Okay, but yeah, nah, I practice it. It's real funny, but the energies are just weird with the whole Kanika Jenkins in this story. But like I was saying, I got into like the masonry and stuff and the Illuminati and the truth telling, and I used to be really scared, but and that's what it's giving me from the Kanika Jenkins situation. It's giving me very, I don't know. What do you feel, Jr.? You said you feel like the Shanquella situation is real. What do you feel about Kanika Jenkins? And I don't need. This is the first time I've ever spoke about her on my page, because people were coming up dead talking about Kanika Jenkins. Please don't come and kill me. Let's see if we can get a response. And yes, I got the Newport, bitch. Shit, we go smoke one for Shanquella. Bring the spirits in. You felt like something was weird with that too. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cause what they had Zach TV who came up dead with that situation. They had his best friend. It was a couple of people who died, right? And they never got justice for her. And I don't think any of us could really conclude in the end if we felt like her mother was a part of it, because I feel like a lot of us, and getting back to like the truth telling and like Illuminati shit, I feel like a lot of us look at the sacrifices and we automatically assume that the family is always down, but I don't think it goes like that. Look at Kanye West. Some psychics believe that Kanye West was destined from the get go, and one psychic had broke down with Kanye West that she felt like She felt like the Kanye West's destiny had been pre-planned. Right. But see, anywho, with the Kanye West thing, they felt like even his mother's death was predestined. Like it was always supposed to happen. So in a sense, he never really sacrificed his mom. His mom always knew she was going to be sacrificed. And that's how I feel with some of these people. You know, we see the sacrifice and then we're like automatically like, oh my God, like J Lo, she killed her mom. She probably hated her and she's this vicious person. But I don't think it's always like that. I think sometimes they come to them and they're like, you know, we want you to get rid of your mother. And then some of them bite back and then they end up doing it and then the star ends up selling out anyway, but it just be something funny with it, you know. That's everybody that left the room. I've been here for 20 minutes. Maybe they weren't feeling my Kanye West talk. I don't fuck with Kanye West either. But I just wanted to come in really quick and talk about the Shanquella Robinson situation. I want to lift her soul. I want to lift her to a higher vibration. So let's go into prayer. I pray for Shanquella Robinson that she gets the ultimate justice. I pray that her ancestors surround her. I pray that Ogun's mighty machete and Ochosi's mighty bow and arrow hit the target and they bring her killers to justice. And I pray that Oshun Yemiya and Oya bring clarity with their mighty waters, airs, and fires. And I ask that Elegua open the way. And I know I did that in a reverse way, but I want to do it that way. That's the way it was supposed to be done, okay? So Elegua, open the roads for justice, healing, the most highest vibration of love, and clear away all the bullshit. Ashe. All right, so I just wanted to come in really quick. I appreciate you, JR, for always coming through and showing love. Share this live, and let's talk sometime, JR.